What is up, YouTube knife community? Back again today, guys. I've got a super important video for me to do. This has been on my mind here lately, so I figured I'd shoot a video about it. Obviously, there's a couple Hogue knives laying out there, so I want to discuss who Doug Ritter is and what I think about Hogue knives in general. So to start this off, I'm going to take these two knives out of these pouches. So there's a little bit of eye candy laying here. There's my Deca. Love that knife. So there's one of my Hogue knives. And of course the RSK MK1 by Doug Ritter. So yeah, this video is, like I said, it's super important to me. I just want to get this information. It's more of an informative video, but I want to get this information out there because I feel like a lot of guys don't know who Doug Ritter is, and a lot of guys don't recognize Hogue as much as I do, or appreciate Hogue as much as I do. So, like I said, this is important to me. So, if you want to hear me ramble on a little bit, stick around. It's going to be a pretty informative video, though. So, first off. The reason I did this video is because, or the reason I'm doing this video is because when I talk to my buddies, a lot of guys don't know who Doug Ritter is. They think that he just designed a handful of knives and whatnot. But Doug is a much bigger part of our community than any of us really realize, even myself, or even anybody who follows Doug Ritter closely. I don't think you really understand the full aspect of what he does for us. So he's an awesome guy. I've reached out to him and talked to him several times. He's very reachable. You can get in contact with him if you want. But I just want to let people know what he does for our community and just knife owners in general. And then I also want to let people know how much I respect Doug Ritter, the knife rights, and let you know what I think about Hogue knives quality and their dedication to customer service and how impressed I've been with them. Also, I reached out to Hogue and mentioned that I was going to do a giveaway, and they're going to send me some stickers. And also, Doug has donated a couple things for a Instagram giveaway I'm getting ready to do. He didn't say, neither one of them said anything about me shooting a video for him or anything. So this is actually coming from the heart. This isn't something that they asked me to do or that I felt obligated to do. I just wanted to do this. So who is Doug Ritter? Now this is, as far as I know, I'm not a Doug Ritter history buff, but this is just from my research. This is what I found out. And if I'm wrong, correct me, please. But Doug grew up in Arizona, and he said that he used the knife as a tool since he was 7 years old, so he really appreciates knives in general. I know he owned a business where he built homes, and he closed that down in the 80s. He was also a pilot, or he is a pilot, and he designed survival equipment. Excuse me. He's a journalist and an editor, and he done reviews and investigative kind of journalism. And he's the founder of Equipped to Survive, and that's for consumer reports on survival gear. And of course, he's a knife designer, but I think one of the most important things that he does for us as a knife community and knife owners is he is the founder and chairman of the organization Knife Rights. Okay, so if you want to know more about Knife Rights, more than I let you know today, this is how you find out. Please go follow Doug and Knife Rights on Instagram. There's the two accounts that you can get him at. And then this is a website where most of this information comes from. It's kniferights.org. You can see it there. So go check that out. So Doug kind of summarized what Knife Rights has done, and it's pretty impressive. Knife Rights has succeeded in having 31 bills repealed, on knife bans in 22 states, over 100 cities and towns, and it's been enacted since 2010. Here's the 22 states that they have repealed knife bans in. If you want to pause it and read that. Okay. And then they have stopped 8 anti-knife bills in the U.S. And right here is the states that they've stopped the knife bans in. Pretty important stuff. And I mean, that's a lot of accomplishments that they've done, and they've only been around since 2010. Just let that sink in. So considering the accomplishments that these guys have come up with and have done, it's pretty amazing. Even if it was a large organization, it would be pretty amazing, because you know how our governments are when they get dead set on new bills and all this good stuff, or bad stuff rather. It's pretty much unstoppable. But these guys have stopped, like I said, all this 31 bills, and in 22 states. That's a lot of stuff. So you would think that they was a pretty good sized organization. As far as I know, it's only 3 of them. It's Doug Ritter, a guy named Todd Rathner, and he's their lobbyist, and Doug's wife, who takes care of the day-to-day administrative duties. So it's pretty amazing that they've done all this with just 3 people. As far as I know, it's still just 3 people. And then Doug is responsible for designing the RSK MK1 through MK6. Some were completely original, some are derivatives, and some were collaborations. Some are just variations of finish and size. But if you do a quick Google search, you can find all those knives that he's done. So yeah, Doug and his organization is super important to our community. Guys, if you haven't already, go follow those people. Go follow those websites and Instagram accounts. And stay tuned. Like I said, Doug donated to a giveaway, and it's pretty awesome. That'll be going up to on Instagram pretty soon. So then let's talk about Hogue for a minute. Hogue is a spectacular company. I just now recently got into a few of their knives. If you guys don't know, Hogue is 100% built in the USA. Everything they do is right here in the States. So that in itself is a good reason to support Hogue. They have excellent quality. As far as I know, their customer service is hands down, and they make excellent knives. It's not something that you're going out on a limb for. I mean, they make great knives, and they got great customer service. If you haven't supported Hogue, you should. Promise you will not regret it. So Hogue was founded in 1968 by Guy Hogue. And then Guy's 2 sons, Aaron and Patrick Hogue, took over the company. And now Neil Hogue, Guy's grandson, is a big part of it. As I said, they're all made in the USA. And of course, Hogue is very well regarded in the gun industry and in the gun community. Their G10 grips, people just absolutely fall in love with their G10 grips. They didn't get into the knife game until about 10 years ago, hence the DECA. If anybody don't know what the name DECA stands for, it stands for a decade. They've been in the knife game for a decade. As I said in a previous video, I can't remember if I said it in this video or not, they always sharpen their knives spectacular. They start out at 220 grit, and they take it to a 15 grit micron edge. All of it is hand sharpened. There's a guy literally sharpening every one of these knives, and everything's hand assembled right here in the USA. Excellent people. And just like Doug, Neil is reachable. If you reach out to Neil, more than likely you're going to get a response. He seems like a great guy, and I mean, I haven't had any bad experiences with Doug, Neil, or Hogue. They're all great people. And then you guys probably remember this. Shout out to Alchemy One on Instagram and YouTube. Him and Neil were talking, and Neil decided to send out some test examples to the group that we're all part of, Kurt and Steve and Gerald, and yeah, you know the drill. You know all the guys. But so I ended up getting my hands on a couple of them, and here's one of them. I've showed it before. It's that I can't remember the exact model, but it's one of their fixed blades and A2 tool steel. Kurt tested this one 4 times, and all 4 tests it came up at 58 HRC. Just a big old beefy awesome knife, well built. And then I also got my hands on this Tomahawk, and it's an S7 steel. I think the max range on it's 58. They took it to 57.3. Just a gorgeous piece. Both of them are awesome. I'll be putting handle scales on them, sharpening them, testing them, and then the Tomahawk is going to go live with Kurt after I'm done with it. So yeah, they didn't have to do that. Their reputation speaks for itself already. So he didn't have to do that. He went down the assembly line and pulled this in various stages of production and sent them out to us for testing. They did not put any stipulations on that when they did it. They did not say you guys have to post videos or blah, blah, blah. All they wanted was the feedback from it. And I'm not even sure if they wanted the feedback from it. They just wanted to, to extend a hand out and let us test some of their pieces. So they make excellent products, and they're just a great U.S. company based right here at home. If you haven't supported them, go support them. And again, if you haven't followed Doug Ritter, follow Doug Ritter. Again, here's his Instagram accounts, and here is his website for the Knife Rights organization. Very important organization to our community. So please go give them a follow, and let's support them. So for today, guys, that's all I got. Thanks for sticking in here with me. Thanks for paying attention or whatever. Thanks for subbing, liking, subscribing, all that good stuff. And I'll see you guys on the next one.